Hello, welcome to my channel once again. Charlie, today I have some girls that went to South Africa and the experience that they had. I was watching the video and I'm like, Charlie, this is like a vacation, like vacation. And in the comment section, what South Africans too were saying, I was like, Charlie, hey, so you are comfortable living in this situation and you are like, this is a typical South Africa. But listen, I also have another South African who is currently living in Ghana and she's also sharing her experience, how she feels at home, even more than living in South Africa. Let's go into these videos, watch, come back and talk.
Visiting Ghana as a Black South African is probably going to be one of the most healing things you can do for your psyche and your spirit. And I know African Americans have been saying this, and I didn't expect to feel that way as a person who's lived on the continent for every day of my life except for the last 4 years. But it really does feel so spiritually healing, and that's because the society is so Afrocentric. It feels like things were built with an African in mind, right? I just felt so valid for the first time. In my own country, there's so many spaces where I feel apologetic, like I feel like I shouldn't be there, and if I'm in the space, like, be grateful, right? And you can't act like this if you want to be here, because so much of our society is built with the Western gaze in mind and is built to be Western centric. And so being in a place where you are valid, where you are beautiful, where you are the person that you are the target market, you're not the accidental target market, you are the person that they are pitching these products to, walking in the shop and finding not just dark and lovely and whatever, finding beautiful products, looking at the fashion that is luxurious and African, like that will shake you to your core if you've never experienced that before. Like,
the last day in South Africa was probably the craziest thing I've ever experienced. 2 bombs went off right in front of us while we were riding bikes and we had to pedal away for our lives. But obviously we need to start at the top. So let's go back to our final morning in Cape Town where we packed our bags and said goodbye to our beautiful Airbnb and then headed off to the airport. And for everybody that was asking, here's the Airbnb listing. So we only have 2 days left of the trip, but we did not want to leave South Africa without experiencing at least a little bit of Joburg. So we headed to the airport to catch this quick flight. And you guys would never believe who we saw in the lounge. I look over my friend's shoulder and I'm like, is that 𝙏𝙝𝙖𝙣𝙠? She gets up and I'm like, yeah, that's 𝙏𝙝𝙗𝙠. He was also going to Johannesburg for his concert, I think. And honestly, between seeing Dr. Umar at the airport in Ghana and then seeing 𝙏𝙝𝙗𝙠 here, I'm like, what's going on at the airports? So after a pretty quick flight, we landed in Joburg and I was really excited for this leg of the trip because we decided that we wanted to do some more cultural things and do some tours and stuff like that. And you know, really just learn a little bit more about the history of South Africa. So we checked into our hotel, which was absolutely stunning. And guys, I'm not proud of how the rest of this day went. So we get into our room and we're checking it out and we're like, ooh, so beautiful, so comfortable. And then when we were checking in, they told us about this members lounge that they have downstairs that has a happy hour from like 5 to 7. So we put our bags down, put a little outfit on, and we went right to that lounge because you know I love a happy hour. We fully intended to just have a quick little bite, have a little wine to drink, and then go upstairs, get ready for dinner, and head out. We even got the recommendations from a guy working there about where we should go. Y'all, we went upstairs and fell asleep. Please don't blame me. Wine makes me so tired. And to be fair, this trip has been go nonstop. So we decided that when we wake up in the morning, we're gonna be intentional and we're gonna go on our tours bright and early. So first we had breakfast and then we booked one of the tours that does a Joburg historical tour. And then we're also gonna go to Soweto and see Nelson Mandela's house and go to some of the museums and stuff like that. Okay, so this part is important. I found this tour online and we were like, oh, this is perfect because we really wanted to go in a tuk-tuk. So we were like, okay, we'll do the walking tour. They'll drive us around in the tuk-tuk. We'll learn about the history. Perfect day. We booked this at like 1 p.m. and the tour's supposed to start at 2. So they're like, hey guys, we need a little bit more time before we come and pick you up. So we went and got some drinks and we put them in these Starbucks cups to go. We're still not supporting Starbucks. And then our car came and picked us up and the tour began. Okay, I have to preface the rest of this story by saying, Honest Travel, the people that we booked with, They did an incredible job. They were extremely accommodating. They were flexible. They still picked us up even though we booked last minute. Like, we still learned so much on this tour, so shout out to them. Nothing that happened the rest of the day was their fault at all. Okay, now back to the story. So the thing about us booking late was that a lot of the museums in this area closed around 4:15 or 4:30, and by the time we got here it was already 3, so we had to pick and choose what we wanted to do. We really wanted to see Nelson Mandela's house, so we skipped a few of the museums and ended up coming here directly instead. So let this be a lesson to anybody else who comes to Soweto. Make sure you book ahead of time so that you actually get to go to all of the museums and take everything in without it being super rushed, kind of like how we did it. However, all we needed was 15 minutes. We learned so much in Nelson Mandela's house. We saw where the bullet holes were still in the walls. Like, I highly recommend checking it out. We stepped outside and I had this little cultural experience. I love that performance that they gave. And then here's where it all goes down. We wanted to ride in the tuk-tuks, but because we booked so last minute, they didn't have time to arrange all of that. So they asked if we wanted to ride bikes instead. We were like, our outfits aren't really like bike appropriate, but at the end of the day, we're already here. The bikes are already here. If you guys want to show us the town on the bikes, let's get on the bikes. Like, I want the full experience. So we're riding through the town. He's telling us about what things were like during apartheid. We're saying hi to all the kids. Everything's fantastic. And then we stop to take some photos. Tell me why when we get together to pose, we hear a boom, one loud explosion. We were like, was that a bomb? He said, no, there's no bombs here. I look over again, boom, a second bomb. And there's fire. I see a big fire explosion. We jump on our bikes and we ride as fast as we can. Why are we always in these situations? Oh, the police are here, thank God. Guys, there were 2 big explosions, and then, what were those, gunshots? We gotta go. Oh my gosh, you hear that, right? Guys, everything from this moment forward was absolute madness. Like, the adrenaline, like, I don't even have the words. It turns out there was a money truck. You know, the cars that carry money. Someone bombed it. They bombed it 2 times. There was gunshots. I don't know what's going on. They're trying to rob the money truck, I think. This was crazy. Mind you, we were headed there. If we didn't stop to take the picture, we would have been right there with the bomb. That's not crazy. Of course, everybody's outside. Everyone's like, what's going on? This is crazy. People are looking at us like, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Well, where's the car? Guys, they thought we were going to be riding bikes for a longer time. So of course the car was parked Lord knows where. So you know what we did to calm our nerves? We went and ate. Guys, we continued the tour. We went and got this sandwich. I think it's called 𝙏𝙏𝙖𝙣. And we had a drink. We're absolutely devouring our sandwich. It was delicious. I look up, the helicopters are flying above. Guys, this was actually insane. This was crazy, but I do have to add, I don't have any negative thoughts about Soweto. I feel like what happened here today could have happened anywhere. Let me just say that. It was wrong place at the wrong time. However, my God is so good. When I got home, I just had to thank God. Like, I'm still in disbelief to this day, honestly. When we got home, we were like, well, it's our last night in Joburg. Maybe we should go out. Let's go party one last time. It is unfortunate that we didn't get to spend at least one more day to actually see Joburg properly. But guys, like, after this, it was time to go. Like, it was actually time to go. So we started our night off at KAKUM, and it was so small in here. We had no clue. It was so tiny. So we left and we went to Monarch instead. This area is interesting because it's like 4 or 5 clubs all in the same location, so you could just leave one and go to the next, which I liked. We ended up meeting some Americans here and we spent the rest of the night with them. Like, one is a DJ. We were DJing at the Airbnb. Like, I got my DJ set on. Of course, me and Azaria hit our little dance and we literally partied in the house until like 7 in the morning. Honestly, that seems to be a trend this entire trip. We're trying to squeeze out every hour of the day that we can. When we got back to the hotel, it was obviously breakfast time, so we ordered this feast. Tell me why both of my friends fell asleep. I'm waking them. They're sleeping so deeply. I had my breakfast by myself. And when we woke up in a few hours, it was time to head to the airport. And the woman that picked us up, she was actually so sweet. Here's her card information. She does private tours. She does the Soweto tour as well. I would highly recommend her. But when we got to the airport, me and all my friends had different flights, so we said our goodbyes. I was like, see y'all in New York, because me, I'm headed to Dubai. Don't worry, not a full trip, just a little layover. But Guys, I flew Emirates for the first time and I cannot wait for the day that I fly Emirates business class. My layover in Dubai was only 3 hours, so I sat in the lounge, had a bite to eat, and then it was off to New York. So that officially brings us to the end of this vacation, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. If this app really gets banned and this is my last vlog, my username is the same on Instagram, YouTube, and Red Note as well. I love you guys.
Selling it outside the rave is insanity. I'm in Ghana, obviously, for all those who don't know, yeah. Obviously, I don't do stereotypes, innit? Like, that's not my thing, innit? But when you come out a rave in Jamaica, the jerk man's there, right? Serving jerk, chicken, whatever. If you come out a rave in Nigeria, the suya man's there, yeah? There might be some yam on the grill, there might be some plantain on the grill, whatever. In Ghana, man come out the rave in Ghana, and I see this. What's with the boiled eggs? Like, come closer, yeah? Come closer. Why do you love boiled eggs so much? What is it? Talk to me. Why do you like boiled eggs so much? Selling it outside the rave is insanity.
So imagine going for a vacation and experiencing something like this, like armed robbery in a broad daylight. You know, like these bullion vans that normally Bank of Ghana, you know, they have their bullion vans. They take money from Bank of Ghana and distribute it to these other banks. This is something similar. And these girls, imagine, so meaning if they did not even wait a little to take a picture, meaning they were going the same direction where the incident also happened. Charlie, South Africa, what's up? And I was seeing South Africans in the comment section saying this is the real South Africa, like they are experiencing the real South Africa. Yeah. So meaning this is like something that is normal in South Africa. Charlie, I've never been to South Africa before. Definitely I'm going to visit, but Charlie, you guys are giving me some. So meaning you live in the country and these things are like normal thing. I know that a couple of times in Ghana too, we've had something like that, but they're making it look like it is normal. That's where I have a problem. Jeez. And these girls are very stubborn. See, they left the scene and went to another place to just go and sit down and chill again. Charlie, people are living in places, yeah? Thank you so much for watching.